it was Mr. Depp who invited you to live in one of the penthouses, right?
They both did.
And when you say they both did, they both sit you down and invite you to live in the penthouses?
I don't remember how the invitation happened, but it came from both of them.
This was a penthouse Mr. Depp owned, right?
Correct.
And specifically, the one you lived in, it was referred to as Penthouse 1, right?
Correct.
And when you moved in, Mr. Depp gave you a master key to all the penthouses he owned, right?
It could have been one of his assistants.
When you say one of his assistants, you mean one of Mr. Depp's assistants?
Correct.
So either Mr. Depp or one of his assistants gave you a master key to all the penthouses that he owned, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Depp never charged Mr. Drew for rent while he lived at Penthouse 1, did he?
He did not charge him any rent, no.
Did either of you get physical?
No.
And how was this argument resolved?
We talked it out.
You recalled another argument with Ms. Heard at Holly House, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was this argument about?
I think that we were setting up for Thanksgiving, and we were looking for maybe some glasses or some dishware. We had just moved in, and we couldn't find them anywhere. And then she finally found them in a place that I thought I had looked, and we started arguing about that. She thought that I wasn't looking hard enough, I think, and I told her that I thought that I looked there. Yeah, I think that's what their argument was about.
Was this just a verbal altercation, or did you get physical with each other?
Yeah, I believe that I pushed her.
How did Ms. Amber Heard react to that?
She either pushed or hit me back. Yeah.
You know where she hit you?
I think it was on my cheek.
Do you recall any other physical altercations that you've had with Ms. Amber Heard?
No.
Do you recall any specific instances when you saw Amber Heard get into a fight with someone else?
No.
In the time you've known Amber Heard, have you ever seen her wear hair extensions?
Yeah. Yes.
Did she have hair extensions in while she was in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
I don't know when exactly she had them throughout the time of knowing her.
I'm going to mark as Pennington Exhibit 1, Ms. Pennington's witness statement in the UK proceeding, which is dated June 16th, 2020. Ms. Pennington, first and foremost, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Ms. Pennington, this is a sworn witness statement that you provided in the UK, right?
I understand. I wanted to get to the bottom and make sure that this was the one that I signed and saw the date, and that was the full document. I just finished it. Yes, this is the document.
Did you write this witness statement yourself?
Yes.
sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yes.
Thank you. Did anyone help you write this?
No.
Did Amber Heard help you write this?
No.
Did Amber Heard's counsel help you write this?
No.
Other than your attorney, did you speak with anyone about the preparation of this witness statement?
No.
Could please turn to the 10th page of the document where your signature is, or a signature is. Is that your signature on the 10th page of this document, Ms. Pennington?
That is my e-signature, yes.
Are all the statements in this document true to the best of your knowledge and recollection?
Yes.
You previously testified that you went on a trip to Hicksville with Ms. Heard, Mr. Depp, and some other friends. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall when this trip occurred?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you recall who else went on that trip?
Yes.
Who else was on that trip?
Whitney Heard. Nathan, who was one of Johnny's assistants. Brittany Eustace. Kelly Milano.
Anyone else that you can recall?
Trying to remember. No, I don't remember anybody else.
Where were you all staying?
At Hicksville Trailer Park.
Did you personally witness Mr. Depp become, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote, toward a friend of yours?
Yes.
Relative to where Mr. Depp was, where were you when this occurred?
We were around a campfire.
My question is a bit more specific. Relative to where Mr. Depp was when this occurred, where were you sitting or standing?
I was at the same campfire.
How close were you to
In a
Mr.
circle.
Depp?
6 to 10 feet.
What time of day did this occur?
Evening.
Had you consumed any drugs or alcohol at this time?
I think so.
What do you recall consuming at that time?
I don't remember. Likely wine. I don't remember specifically.
Do you smoke any weed?
No.
Did you consume any cocaine?
No.
Had you consumed any mushrooms?
I believe so.
Had you consumed any MDMA?
No.
Who was the friend that you referenced Mr. Depp became, quote, angry and aggressive towards?
Kelly Sue.
How did you know her?
She was married to a work friend of mine.
Do you have any independent recollection of how long you had known Kelly Sue Milano by the time Hicksville occurred?
More than 1 year, less than 2.
What did you witness Kelly Sue Milano doing that evening before Mr. Depp became, quote, angry and aggressive?
I witnessed her hang out with the rest of the group.
Did you see her consume any alcohol?
Not that I remember.
Did you see her smoke any weed?
No.
Consume cocaine?
No.
Did you see her consume any mushrooms?
Maybe one. So I'm genuinely trying to remember. I saw her eat some amount. I don't know how much.
Did you see her consume any MDMA?
No.
You testified that Mr. Depp said words to the effect of, quote, get off my woman, end quote, to your friend. Is that right?
I testified that.
Did you personally hear Mr. Depp say that?
Yes.
Is this the, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote, conduct by Mr. Depp that you testified to?
Yes.
Other than telling Kelly Sue Milano to, quote, get off his woman, end quote, what did you personally observe Mr. Depp do that was, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote?
That was what happened. Then I think Kelly and Amber were hugging on a chair out by the fire. He came out of nowhere, said that, and then I think that Amber and Johnny went back to their trailer.
Other than hearing Mr. Depp say something to the effect of get off my woman, what did you personally observe Mr. Depp do that was, quote, angry and aggressive?
That's it.
Did you hear Amber say anything to Mr. Depp?
I don't remember her saying anything.
Did you hear Amber Heard raise her voice when speaking to Mr. Depp?
No.
What, if anything, do you remember about Amber's reaction to Mr. Depp's behavior?
She was trying to comfort him.
This evening in Hicksville, did you ever see Amber Heard consume any drugs or alcohol?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Ms. Heard drink any wine?
Yeah, I don't remember a specific time watching her take a sip of a drink.
Was she holding a drink?
I don't remember.
And this evening in Hicksville, did you see Mr. Depp consume any drugs or alcohol?
I didn't see any specific image in my mind of him consume.
Did you personally witness Mr. Depp, quote, in a rage, end quote, that Ms. Heard described?
Did I personally witness the rage in the trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Did you hear Mr. Depp yelling in the trailer?
No.
Did you hear Ms. Heard yelling in the trailer?
No.
Did you personally see that the trailer was, quote, trashed, as Ms. Heard described?
The next morning?
Yeah.
Yes.
What specifically did you see in the trailer?
The thing I remember specifically was the light fixtures had been knocked off.
But you didn't see Mr. Depp knock off the light fixtures in the trailer, is that correct?
I did not see it.
So the only thing you know about what happened in that trailer is what Ms. Heard told you and your observations of the light fixtures being knocked off. Is that correct?
The only thing I know about what happened in the trailer is what she told me and what I saw the next morning.
And the only thing you saw the next morning was that the light fixtures had been knocked off. Is that correct?
That was not the only thing I saw. It is the specific thing I saw.
What else do you recall about the trailer?
It was in a general disarray.
What does that mean?
Was trash. It was torn apart.
What besides the light fixtures were thrown apart?
I've already told you specifically, I remember the light fixtures. The rest is a general disarray.
What is a general disarray to you, Ms. Pennington?
Stuff off the counters, cushions thrown around, things strewn about on the floor.
Did you see Ms. Heard shortly after she returned from Australia?
All right, why don't we just stop right there? Michelle, that'd be a good breaking point, I think. Okay. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and break for the evening.